out at Thanksgiving time and little stockings with candy at Christmas time. We need opportunities. Okay, we don't need turkey. We need opportunities. We need jobs where the skill sets are appropriate that would help to work together with Tory programs and things like that as bridges of hope to people who have been incarcerated. We need that bar brought down a little bit as it relates to people who have had criminal records. If they have gone through a program, if it's been some years, if you feel good about it, to create some jobs that create a chance for those people to pull themselves up. And then we need a component added to those jobs for them for continuing education by matching funds and opportunities for people to pull themselves up from the lower level jobs to higher level opportunities. We need corporations. Starbucks is trying to do it. Howard Schultz got shot in the foot doing it, to add a moral component to money. You hear me? I can speak your language. If we can tie morality to money, to a purpose, to resources, we can really begin to change things. I don't really believe that the greatest hope is in the elected officials. I believe it is in the corporations and the business opportunities coming together. And I refuse to believe that it is cheaper to outsource your business to foreign countries than it is to clean up bad neighborhoods in our own cities. I just don't believe it. I just don't believe it. It's got to be cheaper. It's got to be cheaper. It's got to be cheaper to come back home. And the excuse that I hear from the private sector and corporations is, there's too much drugs, there's too much crime, there's too much violence. And I bought that for years until I saw them move into Mexico, surrounded by the cartel, and open up a car shop. And I thought, if you can survive the cartel, you can survive the ghetto. I need you to create opportunities where business people can bring people like us into their settings to talk to them about what they are missing about the community process. And it is an expensive loss not to upgrade people and to invest back into the community that you hope to market your products to. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I need to add to that. I need to add to it because I'm spending a tremendous amount of my time with the upper class business leaders, the free market thinkers who understand the principles essential to keep the free market stable, and it's not corporate cronyism in bed with the federal government. That is as absolutely repulsive as anything on the planet. But you are never going to overcome poverty without prosperity. And you're never going to have prosperity without having personal responsibility or work ethic and entrepreneurial gifting that God gives individuals. This man, everybody in there ought to just salute him because he cares about others and he's successful. What you need to understand is, I am meeting with people. And see, one side of this liberal world of ours would say the Koch brothers are probably the meanest people on the planet. I got news for you, they're not. I want to see them come to know Christ personally. If they don't, and I'm after them for Jesus, okay? I want them to know Christ. But I want to tell you something, they care. You don't write them off. They care. They wouldn't spend everything they got because they would like to help you. They want honest people working for them. I know these business leaders. They don't want to be in bed with the government. They want to be set free to be productive. But they also need to have someone like me tell them they've got a personal responsibility to take your entrepreneurial skill to young people who don't have a father like I did and give them hope and show them a future. This business, man, I don't even know it. I can guarantee it's in his heart. And all of you who've ever been downtrodden and feel overlooked, you can't see the free market in the United States of America as the problem, or you will literally destroy the goose that lays the golden egg essential for your future and to get out of it. And you understand that, don't you?
I totally get it. And a footnote to the clergy that's in the room. It is easy for pastors who pastor in bedroom communities with upper level incomes to say you shouldn't talk about money in the pulpit. But if you're going to pastor underserved communities, you absolutely must talk about money in the pulpit. You must talk about it. And we have to add these components because the lack of resources is the catalyst through which a lot of these crimes are committed. Because people need to understand business. They need to, if we are going to really be missionaries, we can't just give people a salvation card and brag about how many people we won to Jesus when coming to Christ put them out of business. You have to provide alternate resources for those people to have hope and translate those opportunities into tangible results. And you have to do it from the pulpit If you're going to get out there where they are, you have to do it from the pulpit, because you know why? In our community, the pulpit is the press. Our pulpit is the press. And whether you want to believe that or not, your politicians believe it, because they stop by the pulpit on the way to the polls. So you might as well wake up to the fact that there are people who read the headlines of the pastor's mouth. And for that person who has given their life to Christ and they are no longer in prostitution or they're no longer selling drugs, you have to have a message of hope, and it has to be practical to millennials, and it has to have a business component in it, and the rules are changing. So as we critique each other about etiquette, and you get down on ground level zero of actually working in these communities rather than just passing out turkeys once a year, you will find out that the gospel causes people to have hope and to have life. But if we don't have a plan, they go right back to where they came from, because it's hard to be happy and joyous when you cannot feed your children.
That's right.